If you work the night shift, you already know how tough it can be on your body. But what you might not know is the surprising impact it can have on your fertility. So today, we're going to dive into the science behind that connection, and more importantly, we're going to talk about some really powerful ways to protect your body's natural clock.
I mean, just think about that for a second. It sounds kind of crazy, right? The idea that a simple late-night snack could actually throw a wrench in something as important as your reproductive cycle. But the science here is absolutely fascinating, and it all boils down to this tiny, powerful clock that's ticking away inside every single one of us.
And this quote from fertility dietitian Melanie McGarry, well, it just hits home, doesn't it? It is a real struggle. You're just trying to get through the night, so you do what you have to do. But you know, once you understand what's actually happening inside your body, that's the first step to changing everything for the better.
So let's get into the why. Why does working while pretty much everyone else is asleep wreak so much havoc on our systems? Well, the answer is buried deep in our biology, in this ancient hardwired programming we all have.
It's called our circadian rhythm, and you can just think of it as your body's own internal CEO. It's in charge of telling everything when to turn on and when to turn off, when to sleep, when to wake up, when to release hormones, even when to digest food. And the whole system is designed to be in sync with the sun.
And this is where you can really see the problem. When you're on the night shift, you're essentially flipping that entire natural rhythm on its head. Your body is screaming, hey, it's time to rest and repair, but you're trying to be wide awake and alert. Your digestive system is slowing way down from the night, but you might be eating a big meal. It's this total mismatch that's at the root of all the issues.
And this isn't just about feeling tired or out of whack. Over the long term, constantly disrupting your circadian rhythm is linked to some pretty serious reproductive health issues. Now, this is not to say that pregnancy is impossible, not at all, but it can definitely make the journey a little trickier. Okay, and here's a really crucial piece of the puzzle that most people don't know. We all think of melatonin as the sleep hormone, right? But it does so much more. It's also a super powerful antioxidant that acts like a personal bodyguard for your eggs, protecting them from damage and stress. So when the bright lights of your workplace suppress your melatonin production at night, you're losing one of the key protectors of your egg quality.
So, we get the problem now, right? It's a big deal. But here's the great news. There are very real, very concrete things you can do to start working with your body instead of fighting against it. And it all begins with how and when you eat. This right here is the game-changing idea. Of course, eating healthy food is always important. But for anyone working a night shift, the real secret weapon is timing. It's all about giving your body the fuel it needs when it's actually ready and able to use it properly. Okay, let's break this down. First, you've got to reframe your meals. Breakfast isn't about the time of day, it's your first meal after you wake up, even if that's at 5 in the evening. Second, eat your biggest, heartiest meal, your dinner, before you head out to work. Then, during your actual shift, just stick to light snacks, think nuts, yogurt, something small. And finally, and this is a big one, avoid eating a huge meal right before you go to sleep. Your digestion has pretty much shut down for the day, and it can really mess with your rest.
And there is solid science to back this strategy up. A key study found that women who front-loaded their calories, so eating most of their food earlier in their personal day, had much better insulin sensitivity. And having your insulin working properly is absolutely essential for regular, healthy ovulation.
So, getting your meal timing right is a huge piece of the puzzle, for sure. But it's not the only piece. We can support our bodies even more with a few other really key habits. And let's not forget something so simple, water. It's so easy to get dehydrated, especially in air-conditioned workplaces. But even being mildly dehydrated can negatively affect things like your cervical mucus, which is, pretty vital for conception. So please, keep that water bottle with you at all times.
Now, a couple of supplements might also be helpful. Because you're seeing less sun, you could be low on vitamin D. And magnesium can be amazing for helping you relax and improve sleep quality. But, and I can't stress this enough, you absolutely must talk to your doctor or another healthcare professional before you start taking anything new. This is not something to self-diagnose.
Okay, so we've talked about meal timing, hydration, and supplements. But there's one single principle that ties this all together and makes it all work, and that's routine.
You have to understand, our hormones thrive on predictability. They love a good rhythm. When you can keep your sleep times and your meal times as consistent as possible, yes, even on your days off, it sends this powerful signal to your body that everything is okay and under control. That consistency helps lower inflammation and keeps your blood sugar stable, which creates a much, much friendlier environment for fertility.
So to wrap this all up, if you only remember 3 things, please let them be these. 1. Your first meal after you wake up is your breakfast, period. 2. Eat your biggest meal before your shift starts, not in the middle of the night. And 3. Be as consistent as you possibly can with your sleep and meal schedule, even on your days off. These might seem like small shifts, but trust me, they can make a world of difference.
So when it all comes down to it, it's really about this one question. You now have the knowledge. You know what's going on inside your body. You have the power to make choices that support that incredible internal clock, giving yourself the absolute best possible chance on your fertility journey.